Have you noticed the gibberish text on many design templates and wondered what it stood for or if it ever had any meaning? Buzzle unravels the mystery of the text Lorem Ipsum and its meaning and purpose in graphic design. Lorem Ipsum was introduced to the new digital age through Aldus Corporation in the 1980s. The company developed the older typography of Lorem Ipsum to be used in pagemakers, desktop publishing program, graphics and word processing templates. Lorem Ipsum $sit amit, consect hetera depisising illit, sed duismo tempor incident utilabor et $magno aliqua, must be very familiar to all who see this text appearing on most of the publishing websites and graphic design templates. Used by the desktop publishing industry as a dummy or replacement text on the unavailability of the real text, Lorem Ipsum can be defined as a placeholder text used to visually enhance the graphic aesthetics of a document where actual text will eventually be. It also has various other terms such as blind text, dummy text, Greek text, placeholder text, mock content, and filler text. Going by the graphic design standards, one can say that the emphasis is on the style and not the meaning of the text, but it does have a very interesting origin and significance. Let's take a look at it. Cicero was a famous ancient Roman linguist, translator, and philosopher. His literary works were greatly influenced by his profound knowledge of Latin, so much so that he instituted the Romans with Greek philosophy and developed a Latin philosophical vocabulary. In 45 BC, he wrote, "De finibus bonorum et malorum, the extremes of good and evil." In this classic literature, the sections January 10, 2032 and January 10, 2033 have the standard chunk of Lorem Ipsum. This whole text is around 2,000 years old. This text was later discovered and translated to English by Richard McClintock, a Latin professor at Hampton-Sydney College in Virginia in 1914. Lorem Ipsum literally means pain itself. In Latin, dolorem equals pain, misery, suffering, and ipsum equals itself. Lorem Ipsum $sit amit, consect hetera depisising illit, sed duismo tempor incident utilabor et $magno aliqua. Ud enim ad minum veniam, qui nostrud exercitationa lemco laboris nisi ut aliquipixia commodo consequat. Duas auteruer $in reprehendrid in voluptate velit es silum $u fugit nulla periator. Exceptor syndicacat cupiditat non proident, sunding culpa qui officiatis erunt malit animit est laborum. English translation: nor again is there anyone who loves or pursues or desires to obtain pain of itself, because it is pain, but because occasionally circumstances occur in which toil and pain can procure him some great pleasure. To take a trivial example, which of us ever undertakes laborious physical exercise, except to obtain some advantage from it? But who has any right to find fault with a man who chooses to enjoy a pleasure that has no annoying consequences, or one who avoids a pain that produces no resultant pleasure? Use in graphic design: in the late 1500s, an unknown printer scrambled the Latin passage and introduced it to make a type specimen book. From then on, it gained immense popularity. 1960s saw it being introduced as dummy text on traceset sheets, and later, in the desktop publishing software, Aldus PageMaker. When a graphic designer creates a graphic layout, he inserts the Latin dummy text, because the real text is not available, thus, making it visually appealing to the client. The sole purpose of using Lorem Ipsum is that it has a flow of letters as opposed to just putting in professional shabby text like content here in the graphic layout. Even though it has the semblance of Latin passage, the idea is to highlight the design aesthetics and not the meaning of the text. This Latin passage has survived 5 centuries, and even in the present technological age, it is very popular as websites allow the user to generate the default Lorem Ipsum text. Through these online Lorem Ipsum generating tools, a user can create the exact amount of Lorem Ipsum text as per his or her requirement,